Hello my friends, welcome to Mundus Altus episode 109. In this video I'm comparing all the 6 dragon elemental switch axes together and figuring out which is the best one for preparation for till update 4 Gogmazios fight, because after you've softened the tar with fire weapons you can switch to dragon element, and we're gonna see which performs best. First of all, I have to mention that I mainly used more of Hunter for this, and currently we didn't really know the hit zones of Gogmazios, as you can see here. There's nothing data mined about it or anything else, so maybe everything will change with the release of till update 4. So if you're watching this and till update 4 will be released, the entire video is going to be trash, because this is trusted preparation video, as you already know. So I've already prepared everything 6 dragon switch axes together. And everything is a lot different to be honest, because as you can see I also used different charms. I figured out the best possible combinations of decos, craft charms which are not like too much RNG, and also included the sharpness management. I also included the proportion of the sharpness reduction in the end state and the non-end state, because full release slash doesn't have that high sharpness consumption, so it's not the same as displayed here in Morph Hunter. And we just start with the weakest switch axe and ending with the strongest. So don't be confused. Currently Gorehacker is the worst one, because I made previously in till update 2 or till update 1 comparison video where I said Gorehacker is stronger than Gogmazios switch axe. But that's only the case if you play with very tiny purple white. It can be mathematically stronger than the Eisengeist, but you will ending up having pretty bad sharpness. And this video I tried to get at least 150 hits of white sharpness on each build, you know. And we are jumping right into Gorehacker. Downside is bad affinity. We are only dealing dragon damage if we are in the sword mode, but that's not a big problem. Hence we're having Dragonfire, makes us easy to get in the end state, and so most time we are in the sword mode doing dragon attack. We have 3 1 slots, and yes, sharpness pretty bad, and also focus is absolutely useless in wilds. And as you can see, to optimize this I've picked a handicraft 3 charm to reach 20 hits of white, which is a joke. Like, you need 3 levels of handicraft to get 20 hits of white, and then it's better to use a mastery jewel over a general handicraft jewel, because we are playing with high crit build, ending up having like around 140 hits if you're also including the non-end state, which consumes more sharpness. Yes, as you can see, this is the most big problem. We can still use an attack boost charm, like you can see here, and for some additional attack, but it's currently pretty hard to get a useful charm, because we need all the handicraft for the decorations. We can also use like a handicraft 3 charm, but that's not easy to get, and I just want to make it not too complicated, so currently this is the best one, combination with the mastery jewel. Yes, so let's continue with the second worst one, which is from Guardian Arcwild. So we have from Arcwild 2 different dragon switch axes, which sometimes some users forget. We have the Guardian Indisseminable Percival, which is funny way even worse. Oh, there's some visitor here on our website. Then our other one. This one is Power Fire, so Power Fire is worse than Elemental Fire. As you can see here, it's similar to the previous weapon. Negative affinity with not even natural white sharpness and focus, so it's pretty much the same in a Gorehacker. Only difference is the fire type. As you can see here, we can change to gain this Percival. As you can see, we have natural blue sharpness, so we need again, like you can see here, I calculated with handicraft 3 charm for this weapon, which we can also do like here. Let's give me a second. Handicraft level 3. With this we also read that 20 hits of white, and here I previously like for the same, I've used a handicraft, mastery charm, and the difference, I now remember why I'm using on the previous set not the handicraft, on this set not the handicraft, the charm. It is because we need, this is a power file and we need enhancer slash handicraft tool like this one. And with all this optimization together, we are ending up having an FRS 179, DPS non-empt 126, ending having 160.8 DPS with 200 hits of white, which is really not that good compared to the other ones. Then to the third one, which is the general arc weld switch X. It is this one. I don't know why they always just put focus on the switch X, because it's kind of useless, but why just not putting power prolonger level 3? This would be so helpful for all switch X's together and make them so strong. We have natural white, 0% affinity, dragon element is like similar to the Mundus Altus switch X's, but slots I think is the main reason why this can't keep up with the other ones. Like you can see here in the M state 172 DPS, which is kind of bad, but a lot of time the M state ending having 162 DPS with 250 hits of white. We used attack boost 2 charm to get attack boost level 5 and crit boost level 1, but still the damage output isn't the best one considering of the bad slotage. Similar stats to Mundus Altus, but we lose a lot of slots. Okay, so we can ignore this. Now to the Eisengeist. I didn't search for that, so let's give me a second to look on the wiki. Already here in the recommendations. Should be this one. It's the Gorehacker switch X with a huge bunch of white sharpness, power file, great affinity, critical element is also pretty useful, so we are just going for full crit. Critical boost is the best reason because we're having huge base crit on this weapon, so in this case we're using critical boost over attack boost, which in general not the case. The element is pretty bad, to be honest. I think maybe Gogmazios had good dragon hit zone, so maybe this would be a downside here. And slot dash is also not the best one, and base raw is pretty low. Some other weapons had like more than 800 raw. So it's still not to the lower half, to be honest. We're using power prolonger 3 charm for this weapon because it's a power file, and with power prolonger 3 we get an uptime of 65%, like you can see here in this chart. At the end I'm going to make this chart for the summary a little bit more larger, ending having a DPS of 166. And now to the more interesting weapons. It is like as usual, we're just going to load the set, load build, jump, and now we're back to the Mundus Altus, which we're always using with 3 times element, 2 times sharpness, 3 times attack, with attack boost 5 and critical boost level 4 and full out power prolonger, because this weapon is just insane because we have 3 big ass slots, and we are choosing attack boost 2 charm, like you can see here. It's not too rare with crit boost level 1 on it, so nothing to need for it. We're ending having up a mixed DPS in the end state of 186, 129 non-end state, 80% we're M, so we're ending up having 312 hits of white, which is ultra comfy. So to be honest, you can make this switch X even stronger if you're going to change the reinforcements to more attack boost. Like you're ending up 189, so 3 DPS more, and it could in this case catch up with Tsushia, but personally I would recommend to go like always for more sharpness because it's a lot more comfy. And yes, that's just for the recommendation. Now to the little bit complex thing is that we are also having like Tsushia switch X. It's the blazing Mahaiah, and this weapon, I don't know whether it's the final stats, but I think yes, it has. It's the It was at Mahaiah, was the Switch X before, and then we have the Blazing Mahaiah with 770 raw, 5% crit. Dragon element is pretty bad, so maybe we should use some dragon attack decorations in this case. It's extremely low, to be honest, and it's like more a raw Switch X than a elemental one, but fortunately we have that white flame torrent skill on it. It is like similar to Scorcher and deals additional fixed damage with a chance of 30%. And as you can see, this weapon has already some crit on it, and the huge problem with the Switch X is, so we're going to activate this Blazing Mahaiah. It also has a little bit white sharpness, not too much, but the main problem are the war slots, and it's also a power fire, so we absolutely need that maximum of power prolonger. So if you would squeeze in here a big ass enhancer with handicraft tool, like we are like always did, we only have like place for attack boost 5, which is not as strong as crit boost. So I'm going to explain this to you. If we are just going to add attack tool level 2, with attack tool level 1, it is level 3, level 4, level 5, and 1 critical tool, we are ending up having 192 DPS in the end state. But if we check out this build like here, with maxed out crit boost and dragon attack, we are having up to 198 DPS. So it's possible to get 6 DPS more out of this build. But the main problem is that we have to use a different charm. In this case, it's a Power Prolonger 3 charm. Yes, so to make the absolute maximum DPS. So you can also use this combination if you didn't have it. If you didn't want to change the charm and say, okay, I have already a attack boost 2 charm, didn't want to change this. You can also use this one, and it's still maybe a little bit stronger than the other Switch X. But we can also go a little bit otherwise. We can choose a Power Prolonger level 3 charm, like you can see here, and on the decoration we have the critical tool, and then go for full crit boost on the Switch X, which is like critical 3 and another critical tool, and mathematically the strongest is to use attack tool level 2. We're ending up having 199 DPS, you know, but this weapon has still ridiculously low element. It's like 150 to 110. So in this case, I would recommend instead going for a Dragon 2 tool, ending up having 198.16, but it does like up to 280 element. So I would recommend to use this decoration instead. And at the end, you're dealing up to almost 200 DPS in the set, which is insanely strong, and even with the bad uptime, you can see here in this graph. Okay. Oh, we can make it a little bit larger. Like you can see here in this graph, even with the wars, if the much more time you spend in non-amped state, you still do more DPS than with the Ardian Switch X, you know, and all these 4 are a lot worse than these 2 weapons. So these 2 weapons here are the winner. They still have to say that Ardian is a little bit more comfortable and does also more elemental damage. So you can decide your own if you want to use Sophia Switch X with the Prolonger 3 charm, which you then also have to swap for the Ardian. So I'm gonna also show that you in the final video. And you also take in consideration that you only have 184 hits of white sharpness. So you sometimes have to sharpen a little bit more often, and you have to decide yourself whether it's worth it, the 4 DPS stronger or not. So I would say, because of the sharpness management, it would be like almost the same. There have been Reddits out there having a lot of discussions whether the Sophia weapons are really stronger than the Ardian ones. But I personally would say we can only really say it when the hit zones from the Gogmazios are data mined, and we can say, okay, if it's going to be pretty heavy on elemental weakness, we can swap to Archean, and it's more raw based, or it's having high raw hit zones, I would say Zoshia is better. But currently, just from the average state, from the damage output, I would say that Zoshia is mathematically currently, for preparation reasons, stronger. And for the final video, I'm still making like 2 different builds. One build with attack boost 2 charm with just Archean, and then another build with pop longer 3 where I can use either Zoshia and the Ardian Fire Switch X. So that's with the video. I think it was a lot more complex and longer than the fire video, but yes, so you can prepare. Saturday I'm uploading a video which is in-game, not only from Google Sheets, where I show you the 2 builds where you can prepare for Gogmazios. So thanks a lot for watching, see you next time, guys.